And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're back! We're on the show! It's the Boundless Shores Freak Show! I don't know what that was. I'm just having fun. Hello! Dungeon
Torturing
Master
me.
West back here again with the Boundless fucking Shores. And of course, my circus freaks. I got Liam,
Hello.
I got Nate, I got Owen, I got Alistair, I got Chris. It happens. And I got James. The man, the myth, the legendary Sir Ham of the Easy. Fuck. That was fun.
Man, my favorite store, Snack.
Is Bro in Apex right now?
Blood, I'm just doing my thing.
Bro, it looks like you in Apex right now.
My inner monster girl Affecciano says something about Snick.
It just kind of vaguely looks like Monument. I don't know why.
The
Maybe
one
I just got
character,
Apex on the brain.
the one character by James's shoulder does kind of remind me of Loba, a little bit.
Not thick enough.
Alrighty.
Got that.
Well, last session, after making their way to the sprawling city of Arist, the Arainaul booked a room at the Mended Drum Tavern and explored the wonders of the Emperor's Rift. Alistair booking an appointment with Elis Finnegan of Raid Industries, and the rest of the Arainaul exploring their own personal endeavors. The party decided to have an early dinner and head up to the penthouse for an early rest. Tobin and Alistair. Tobin and Alistair fall into a deep sleep. Calduin was awoken by an irritating beep from within Alistair's room. Mr. Kuriki's rift detector was beeping. Whoa, I hear myself.
Now it's gone.
Now I don't. Now it's gone. Damn, I was like, wow, you have to listen to this for like the next fucking 2 hours? Jesus. I'm kidding. I'm the best. Calduin stirred the remainder of the party and went out into the night to uncover the unraveling mysteries of the rift. Journeying their way to the eastern side of Arist, to Sector 11, where they find... What? Why not?
Because it doesn't want to use the right fucking microphone.
Oh.
I think I got it now.
Well, we hear you.
Yeah, well, you weren't supposed to hear my cough attack, though.
Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah.
Or try muting it again.
I look forward to those that will take full advantage of that screen cap.
Oh, please do. I'm still waiting for the Boundless Shores crack videos one day. Where the fuck was I? Ah, where they find a truly grim sight.
Can I be the hot one when they make edits? I just want to pretend.
No, I'm the hot one. You're the... I don't know. We'll figure it out. Stop derailing my goddamn recap or you can do the rest.
Alright, where were we?
The 4 members of the Araina will go into the what's the word?
Yeah, you should probably do that part. I wasn't there.
The home base. Yeah, see? Shut the fuck up. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm gonna do the recap first, and then we'll do it. My bad, I forgot. Where the rift was active and morphing the city around it. Jesus Christ. So they're investigating some creepy stuff. All right, go back and watch the episode. It's supposed to be fast. Tobin dreams of the life or lives of his grandfather George Sr., and Alistair is summoned to Ego's workshop and given a moral dilemma. After receiving a note from Beckett, the two reunite with the rest of the Adinoul and are filled in on the situation at hand. They put their collective heads together to search for the rift, described as a dark goblin-like creature that could tear rifts in the stone as if it were cloth. During a large crash, they leapt into action, seeing a rust-red, sand-sculpted Valdoon obelisk that had crashed into a nearby residential block. But before we get to that, it's time. Chris celebrated his birthday yesterday,
Oh,
and so therefore we must sing him happy birthday. And this
you don't
time,
have to.
we are going to sing in the most pompous British ass that you could ever eat
God.
scones from and drink tea.
I don't know if I could
and
sing in a
crumpets.
British accent.
You really don't have to.
You're more like chanted.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Dearest,
Happy
happiest birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
I don't. That was
Happy
terrible.
birthday,
Hey,
dear
dear
Chris.
Chris.
Singing the
Happy
Happy
birthday
1632
to
and
you.
Alistair and Chris.
Did anybody else hear Wes? Because I sure didn't.
Nope.
thank you, everyone.
Yeah, that was awful. We'll do better on that next one. Happy birthday, Chris.
No, we won't.
Uh,
No, we won't. Or it's gonna get worse every single time.
I'll make sure not to mention it next year.
Somebody write it
Too
down.
late now. It's on video
Somebody
now.
write
So
that shit down.
Oh shit.
Oh, that was terrible. All right. The full moon overhead, dully lighting the streets with a pale glow. The Adinoul had sprung into action. Tobin, Peter, and Orgolan chasing shadows on the rooftops. On the ground, Beckett had set up a makeshift triage, helping injured civilians. Calduin sliced through the Valdunoid obelisk. Yonatan rushing inside, helping the trapped civilians within the building, and Alistair surveying the situation from the streets below. Tobin, you peer into the darkness. You feel it stare back at you. Under the pale moonlight, you see it. First, its silhouette. A short and skinny, goblin-like creature, its skin black as midnight. But under the pale moonlight, an eerie purple glimmer washes over it. It stands with a slight hunch, with long, sharp ears jutting out of its head. The right ear twitches with ominous anticipation. His equally long talons dripping with crimson. Then he opens his eyes. Brilliant, lapis lazuli, shining brighter than the seas, with black eye slits deeper than the blackest pits. Alistair, you stand on the streets below. The crashed obelisk is to your left, and Tobin leaping up onto the rooftops, down behind you and to the right.
I think in this case it's best to try to minimize the overall impact of our presence in multiple respects. Flipping out my arcane art etcher, I start to scribble along the wall inside of a brilliant bronze script that slowly starts to weave itself into the stonework of the wall itself, as presumably all the material that was there initially when the Voldenoid obelisk had crashed into it is still here. No one, I presume, has run off with any bricks. I can still cast Fabricate on it for 11 cubic feet of repairs back to the building.
11 cubic feet?
Yep. I'd be able to do 110 cubic feet if it wasn't for the fact that that I'm working with mineral. But I mean, that's literally going and assuming that these walls are a foot deep.
11 cubic feet. So can you describe to me how the Fabricate works? Like, because like as much as the original material is there, there's also new additional material in within like the upper portion of the obelisk itself.
You convert material of one sort of product into what is of the same material. Creatures or magic items cannot be created or transmuted by a Fabricate spell. The quality of items made by the spell is commiserate with the quality of the material used as the basis of the new fabrication. You may work with mineral. If you work with a mineral, the target is reduced to 1 cubic foot per level instead of 10 cubic feet per level. You must make an appropriate craft check to fabricate articles requiring a high degree of craftsmanship. Casting requires 1 round per 10 cubic feet or 1 cubic foot of material to be affected by the spell. So it will have a casting time commiserate with the amount of time that I'm spending on this. So we're looking at 10 cubic feet to try to undo, or rather 11 rounds to undo 11 cubic feet of damage to the building. Basically, I'm converting what once was the loosened mortar and brickwork of the building back into the sturdy framework that it came from.
So the entirety of the damage on the building is about 15 cubic feet
Okay, well, that's at least a good start.
to retire it. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so it's gonna take you what, 11 minutes to
Uh,
cast
one
this?
1 minute 6 seconds because each round is 6 seconds in length.
Ah, all right. Yeah, you want to describe how, as you write this script upon the wall, and how it begins to morph uh the area around it?
As I start to write in the script of the spell into the wall, the bronze light that comes off of my arcane etcher starts to peel away as though it was long finger-like tendrils, picking up stonework and setting it back into place, mending back into what was its former form.
And could you give me I'd probably say a craft check?
Yep, I can.
But I would use make me a craft check.
Okay.
And add your intelligence as well as your spellcasting level.
Okay. 17 plus 11, 28 plus 7, 35.
Excellent. Yeah. The bricks begin to peel up from where they are and begin to reset themselves slowly. You see like grains of sand and small rubble beginning to snake and trail its way back to brick as brick tumbles and begins to fall into the wall and build itself up. It is the civilians' turn. So right now, there are 5 civilians. They are currently unharmed right now, so they are going to make their way towards Beckett's triage. 1, 2, 3. One is still within the rubble, about 10 feet away from you, Jonathan. And then one, yeah. So 4 has made their way to Beckett's triage, and 1 is still trapped in the rubble within, about 10 feet away from Jonathan, as I said. Tobin, you watch as the dark creature, I'm going to henceforth call it the Rift Sprite, make it easier. So the Rift Sprite turns its gaze and stares upon you. As you watch it take a step forward, you watch its form kind of shift and shake, and suddenly it stands before you as it glimmers and morphs back into being. Now staring at it. It is short, but it's taller than you expected, standing about 5 foot tall. This dark goblin-like creature with its brilliant eyes and large foot-long claws. It raises its hand and slashes down towards your chest. Wow. Well, this session is going to go fantastic, guys. Let's roll the natural 20.
Wings of cover.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Big fat wings of cover.
Do you can call that on like after hearing the roll? Okay, perfect.
It's
What
instantaneous.
can you describe the effect that takes place as well as the effect that takes
Yeah.
place?
As I'm staring at this creature and I notice that it's locked its eyes on me, I get ready to chase it down. And as I brace myself, all of a sudden it's in front of me. And as it goes to attack, not having time to even react, my eyes are going to begin to glow, and then these white dragon these white like translucent dragon wings and kind of like a storm of like ice float up around me before like flapping and then kind of like furling in front of me like it's protecting like how wings would. And then as the so let's see here, let me just read this again quick just to make sure I'm saying how it goes. I can't remember if it like goes through me or if it blocks. um
The following rules check is sponsored by FanRan1048. Also sponsored by the Bent Fender Podcast.
Yeah, it says
In partnership with Mobbin Silvers and Pink88 on Twitch.
but yeah, it says it just makes like a force of cover. So I guess as it goes to slash, it kind of as it hits the wings are gonna like, explode in a burst of like blizzardy and bright light as the attack bounces off the wings.
Doesn't deal any damage to the attacker.
No, it just provides me cover.
Awesome. The Rift Sprite clashes down its long, curved claws as these wings unfurl as the two clash, as you see a grinding of ice and darkness kind of flake off of the attack as its claws pass through and the wings dissipate. It stares at Tobin. Funnily enough, next up is Tobin.
Right. So how it's been a while since I've had to do this. How does drawing a blade work? I usually draw before I get into combat. Drawing my blade
I'm
with the
going
guy
to
right in front of me.
I'm going to assume when you leapt up towards the roof, you were drawing your blade just to make that easier.
Sure.
Because that would make sense. You see the creature, you draw your blade, and you run up towards it.
I mean, I saw it as I was like trying to sprint at full speed, so a blade in my hand would be cumbersome. But I'll take
Oh,
the blade in my
okay.
hand.
Well, if it,
Normally,
you know
it's a
what
move
you
action,
wanted.
but
Is it a move action?
it can be done in combination with an actual move action, assuming that the person has at least 1 point in base attack bonus.
I don't need to move anyway, so. But like, does that give him any opportunity or anything? Like,
No, but it would limit your ability to do a full attack. So if you wanted
right, I
to
can't do a
have
full right.
already pull the weapon, then that would be advantageous if you wanted to do a full attack. But otherwise, it's up to you.
Right. And I can't. I think I'll just. What's your call here, Wes? Can I have it out then, or?
Yeah, have it out. I don't feel like
Okay.
being an asshole.
Which is cool because another thing that requires a move action is putting a spell in my sword. So after having a second with my eyes still glowing after this attack, as I regain my senses, I'm gonna think back to the moment I had with my grandfather telling me about my legacy and using this power and my time training at the at Kay's mansion, and just with all my and arcane like purple. It's like kind of like black lightning with like giving off like purple arcane light. You know what I mean? Begins to crawl up my blade. I'm gonna swing upwards at the rift sprite. Okay, let's see here.
Which spell are you imbuing, by the way?
Shocking grasp.
Awesome.
So that's gonna be a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll absolutely hit.
Okay, and then see.
Never mind. What's your percent on your creeping cold?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. I don't even I don't know if I ever wrote it down. Oh no, I think we just agreed the once per day thing now.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what I have written here, once per day, so.
All right, cool. I'm glad we agreed on that because I was gonna
Yeah.
offer it to you.
Okay. I think for now I'll actually this thing's kind of slippery. Do you mind if I do it at the same time as this shocking grass? I'd say that's totally your call.
No, you know what? I think
I think because
you.
it kind of like the flavor works. It kind of works as like an early version of that imbued stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
So I would probably say no. You can't use it in conjunction of a spell.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to find all my D6 here. So I use fuck. Okay, let me just dump these.
Yeah, Hamas is just trying to buy time so that he can find all his D6.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Gonna catch Moxie.
Can hardly blame the guy though.
Okay. I've got 4. That'll be good enough. So, we're gonna do 2d6 of slashing damage. I don't know if he has any resistances, but I'll break down this damage for you.
Yeah, please do.
Oh, that's kind of lame. So 4. That'll be. Where's my strength? 9 slashing damage. 5 ice damage, and then I believe the max is 5d6 for shocking grass, right? Anybody
Yes.
know off the top of their head? Okay. So 9 plus 5. So that, yeah, 9 slashing damage, 5 ice damage, and oh yeah, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 21 lightning damage or whatever shocking grass, or if it's lightning or like, yeah, I think it would be
Yeah, I
lightning.
believe it's lightning. You slash down your blade towards the wrist sprite as you slice from shoulder to hip. This, to any creature, would be a deadly blow. It doesn't stumble back. It doesn't even react, other than it looks up to you with its bright blue eyes, cocks its head, smiles. Ouchie! You watch the wound close up before you.
Okay.
Beckett is just going to roll a heal check for the civilians. I don't have her sheet up right now, but I assume that works. I rolled a 10. They probably have a bunch of stuff in heal, so that works. Yonatan.
If they aren't being actively menaced, then they can always just take a 10 without rolling.
At the beginning of your turn, I need you to roll me a reflex. And as a reminder, you are on mute.
Oh, thank you, good comrade.
Of
Yep.
course, my comrade.
Nice, decent. A good old 18.
Oh yeah, as you look around you, you felt like the shaking and the unstableness of the structure uh, almost eliminated by the slice of the obelisk weighing down most of the pressure. But as you look around you, you see a brick flying towards your head as you just kind of sideswipe it as it into a wall. As what do you do with your turn?
You said there was one more civilian trapped in rubble 10 feet away from me.
Yeah, you see him kind of with his slightly injured leg. You see him kind of struggling to get over a pile of ruin.
I am going, Jonathan, just quickly but also carefully, just trying to stride briskly over to the civilian and attempt to put the civilian on his shoulders.
As you rush your way over to the civilian, you see him panting. Wait, please! My wife and my child. I don't see them. I think they're still trapped upstairs.
Okay, do you know where they are specifically?
Yeah, the baby's room is up the stairs and to the left, the second door.
Okay. Can you walk?
Uh, I can try.
Okay. I'm gonna get you over this first, and then I'll go see if they're okay. Does that work for you?
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. It's all right. You're gonna be okay. As I'm gonna attempt to lift this dude over the obstacle.
Yeah, just roll me a raw strength.
Okay. Not bad. That's a 15.
A 15, that's not bad. You hoist him up over the rubble. He doesn't get very far, but he's at least on the top of the mound that he might be able to shift his way down and crawl out into the opening.
Okay, and then I'm going to just start upstairs and try to find
Yeah, you used 10 feet of your movement, and you have freedom of movement, right? Rough
Mhm.
terrain is no effect to you. Awesome. Just wanted to make sure. So you use 10 feet of your movement to get to the body, get to the survivor, and the stairs are another 20 feet away. So you move about to the bottom of the stairs. You look up and see midway through a section of the roof has collapsed in over the stairway, leaving a large gap.
Have I used my action yet for helping the civilian?
I would say you used your action to hoist him over the rubble with your strength check, but you would still have a bonus action.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna bonus action cast Long Strider, which increases my movement speed by 10 feet, and then just use the 10
Um,
if it's enough.
the going up the stairs,
And then if it's not enough, then I'd rather not use that right now. Or maybe, yeah, I think I'll just bonus action cast Long Strider anyway, and then if it's not enough, I'll just end my turn.
okay, so you can end your turn before the caved in section of the stairs. It's as far as you can travel without having to do any more on your turn, which you don't have time for.
Right on.
Right on. That was a great turn. Or Golan, you find yourself at the bottom of the fire escape, winding its way up towards the roof where Tobin and the Rift Sprite stand.
I'm just going to book it up the fire escape.
So I can pitch you a choice. You can either use your movement and your action to dash to get all the way up the fire escape, or you can give me a climb check to try and climb your way up the fire escape and hopefully still have your action if your climb check is high enough.
How far up the fire escape is it? Because I have 60
Um,
feet of move.
Holy fuck, yeah, I forgot you were a monk. Yeah, never mind, you're up there. I was just gonna give you a cool moment where you just monkey your way up. No, fuck you. You are faster than fast, quicker than quick. You are a goddamn monk. You are the Count of Fort
It,
Obelisk. Herald of
it's
Shadowguard. You are there on the roof within moments as you find before you on the roof, you see Tobin, and before it, the Rift Sprite. And a couple of feet over, maybe 15, 20 feet over, you see the adolescent Griffin Peter. What do you do with your fucking action, man? Hold on, let me look up on
so
60 feet of movement.
how
I'll put
far
you right
away
beside
from
him.
That
I'll
that
put
puts me
you.
right.
He's right. You're right beside Tobin.
All
As
right.
Orgolan pops up beside me, I'm gonna be like, Orgolan, you're here. Good. Orgolan, my attacks aren't working on it. Be careful.
I am going to use my stunning shout ability.
Yo, bro's got Fusro Ta or whatever the fuck it is.
I guess.
Skyrim fans.
Yeah, basically. Yep.
What is that? Did I say it right? Probably not.
No.
Oh,
You're
Fusro Da
close.
What
Or
was it?
unrelenting force.
what is it?
that's a
Fusro Da
natural.
or unrelenting force.
Fusro Da. Dope.
So it creates a 30-foot cone sonic attack that um that they have to make a fortitude save. And
What
if
is
not, they
the
are
DC on that?
so plus. It is a 18.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, 18.
Okay.
So the Rift Sprite has a plus 10 bonus. So you need
Shit.
a 7 or lower. It is a 10.
Damn.
Close too.
How do you just shout, or do you actually say a command or anything towards it as you shout?
You already know what he said.
Please don't let it just be Fusro Da.
No.
Why? Everything in your campaign's already from Skyrim. If it's not from Puss in Boots.
No, it's not. Okay, fuck. Hey, you might be right.
Um.
I'll be right back. I'm just going 2 seconds away.
I'm going to say Fusroda, but in Draconic.
Technically, in Skyrim terms, Fusro Da is draconic.
I think that's
Shit.
the point.
Okay, so let's do it in
No.
Elvish then.
By the name of Ragos, I command thee. In the name of Anghor. By the names of my father, I command you. Anything. Come on. Dig deep.
Well,
There are
that
no
ruined my
wrong
plan.
answers. There are no wrong answers except for Fusro Da.
Just come up with a one-liner, man.
Make up some gibberish and call that fucking drow.
I mean, pretty sure Tobin can speak Elvish, so.
um,
Be the throat goat.
what the fuck? Okay.
Hey,
Uh,
yo.
So I'm gonna shout, "Kadam Fasim Hussa!"
Tobin, you watch with your arcane eye, um, currently glossing over, casting the shadows in the illusion of magic. You watch as a supersonic wave comes from his shout and pierces into the rift sprite. You watch as it actually kind of takes a step back for a moment, but it remusters itself seemingly unaffected. Right, that was your movement in action. Can you do anything
Yep.
as a bonus?
I I don't believe so. No.
Just hit it with the nana nana boo boo, you know.
Nya nya boo boo. Calduin! You down on the streets below. You're slicing through the Valdoon obelisk. Still partially in your wraith form.
After I make sure that the statue isn't going to cause any more structural damage to the building, I go inside and help look for any remaining stragglers.
Do you have any bonus over rough terrain?
That was one thing I was going to ask while I was in wraith form, since I am technically a ghost made of sand.
Yeah, absolutely. And your movement is 30?
Yes.
You make your ways, as you venture your way in, surveying the area around you. You see Yonatan near the collapsed stairs as you make your way towards him, and you make it towards the bottom of the stairs.
Is that as far as I can move then?
With 30 feet, yeah.
Turn.
Actually, there, as you move in, I'm gonna retract my statement. As you move into the collapsed building, you see a survivor with an injured ankle, kind of weakly crawling over the rubble.
I seeing the civilian, I go over and try to offer some help.
Oh, oh, I can't I can't crawl any further. My ankle. Oh, 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 oh.
I come out of wraith form and try to carry this person, giving them
Yeah, roll
support.
me a raw strength.
Nat 20.
Oh yeah, you hoist him onto your shoulders, your veins rushing with the sense of duty as you firemen carry him out of the collapsed building.
Don't worry, sir. I got you.
Thank you. My wife and child, your comrade, he's gone to fetch them.
You'll find them. Don't you worry.
Oh please. Where you have him over your shoulders on the edge of the collapsed building. Do you carry him towards Beckett's triage?
Yeah, I make way towards the triage.
You carry him back. I'll say you use no of your movement to grab him. You'll walk 10 feet. You have 20 feet. You walk 10 feet back. You are halfway to the stairs if you want to run back into the building.
Well, the
Or
problem is
unless you have a different move from the triage.
I'm just gonna stay at the triage for now, because with the movement, with me being back in my normal form, movement's gonna be a little rough. So
That's true. Okay, fair enough. So you remain at the triage.
and that's where I'll end.
Alistair, we come back to you. As this spell you have to finish up your spell with the last 6 seconds of your turn.
Yeah, I need to keep casting it out. So pretty much as I'm casting, more bricks
Yeah.
are being
So,
pulled from all
you
over.
said a minute and 6 seconds, which is 11
7
rounds.
rounds. Oh, yeah, sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so on the Rift Sprite
So-
turn, your spell is complete.
Actually, a round is considered complete when everyone's had an action. So this is only round
Oh,
2.
really?
Yeah, it's only a
Yeah, a round, not a turn.
casting.
Well, I just assumed like the round was made up of the turns of 6 seconds, and so 1 minute would be 10 turns.
Yeah,
Each
but it's
round-
his
each
thing
round-
works each round, not each turn. His spell. You're right about
Okay.
that, but his spell itself
Yeah.
works round based, not turn based.
So how many rounds was it? Sorry, 11 rounds.
11
rounds to
So
complete.
this is
Oh
round
wow!
2.
So you're like out of the fight for now.
Yeah, it's like
Mhm.
placing
For
brick
now.
by brick, dude. It's going like
But
Wow.
at the same time, though, it's ensuring that there is no question about the quality of the materials. If it was standing before, it will stand again after.
yeah, for
Wow. All right. That's
It
really
bas-
cool.
Basically,
we
like
don't want
how
homeless
it's sup-
people in this economy.
basically how
We
it's
also
supposed
don't-
to. Sorry.
Go ahead, Liam. You were talking.
Basically, how it's just supposed to be is all rounds are instantaneous in the same turn, so it's like everything's happening at the same time.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
true. It's kind of like
Literally everything that's going on happens at the same time in a 6-second span.
Exactly. So in this particular case, I'm basically just making sure that it doesn't pull an Adam Eve where there was some kind of substandard manufacturing behind it that's going to cause it to collapse again later.
So basically,
Okay. All right.
in terms of the last turn, the moment I sliced the statue, Alistair also started repairing the building.
That's somehow even cooler. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for explaining that. That's really neat. With that, at the top of the round, we're gonna call a quick 5-minute. Be back soon.
We are back.
We are back. So
Back again.
the Rift Sprite before standing before Tobin and Orgolan cocks its head, gives an evil smirk as it shifts out of reality and appears standing on above the rooftops, about 10 feet away from Peter, looking down upon the civilians, your party mates, and the makeshift triage.
So are we like in the
Wes?
middle? Like where were we looking at it before? Like in the middle of the rooftops, or like what's up?
You guys are on the very edge of the rooftop near the fire escape.
Then where's it?
It is 30 feet away from you, about 10 feet away from Peter.
Wes,
Yes.
I think you skipped Peter's turn.
Oh, I believe I might have. Yes. So, well, the events on the ground are transfolding before he teleports away. Peter, we'll have Peter go now, but Peter will go simultaneous with your turn. From proceeding after your turn. So Jonathan has to act first, and then Peter can go.
I'm just saying, like Jonathan went, and then Peter.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I understand. I completely whiffed over that. I kind of just forgot that he was there, but he is there, and so the events of the rooftop, and before the Rift Strike teleports away, Peter stands with his back claws on the gutters of the rooftop, his claws on the rooftop itself. He stands on the edge of the rooftop. The Rift Sprite and the two party members stand 25 feet away from Peter.
Yeah, Peter is just going to just charge in and just bite this rift sprite. Chomping down on its arm.
Awesome. Yeah, go ahead and with a flanking bonus, give me his attack.
What is the flanking bonus?
+2.
Flanking bonus, I believe, is +2.
Okay.
Wait, why is he getting a flanking bonus?
Because he's currently engaged with Tobin, and Orgolan is beside
Oh,
Tobin.
right. Sorry,
so
I
he
forgot
gains-
that. I forgot that he hadn't teleported yet. I forgot we.
Yeah, he hadn't
did
teleported yet.
My apologies.
Yep. Little.
That is a dirty 30.
Damn.
Any 30
Go ahead
is
and roll
dirty.
me damage. Any 30 is dirty. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're rolling a d30.
I don't have one of those.
Okay, so that's 2.
I'll make one.
They exist.
Unless you're at the dentist, then it's
Exist.
230.
That's cocked. There we go.
Come on, someone give me a womp 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 womp.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I got it. Nobody
Um,
nobody move.
How about no?
That's gonna be
I wanted that one too. We had the double
That's
going.
Right.
that's gonna be 15 piercing damage.
Is this claw or bite attack?
Bite.
So as Peter goes to munch upon its shoulders, the Rift Sprite kind of looks back with its wide eyes, now peering into Peter's eyes. As it kind of leans back as fucking Yonatan, Peter munches his jaws down. It clamps into nothing as uses his legendary action to teleport his way
Cool.
to yeah. So that for mechanics wise, the attack didn't hit, and then he used his legendary action to step, and then it just kind of happened in conjunction, storytelling wise.
Okay. So yeah, Peter just like bites into the shadow arm, and then it like as he's like chomping, it just like teleports.
Teleports away as you hear the clap of Peter's teeth together as it bites into nothing.
Well, somebody's gonna need to go to the vet in the morning.
The Rift Sprite raises its large, grotesque claws to the sky and slices through the air. As you watch the sky above crack in a purple light. Orgolan, can you roll me a spot check?
So that is a dirty 30.
Cute. Orgolan, you watch this crack just standing in the air as it just seems to just pull apart and stretch as if something were breaching through. a large hulking wooden thing comes through the portal. Orgolan, you recognize the masthead as an old Shadow Guardian warship. Pierce through the portal and crash towards the civilians and your party members. I need everybody on the ground, including Yonatan, to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
On the
Reflex.
roof, do we not need to?
On the roof, you do not need to, as the ship
Oh.
crashes down towards the street below.
So the portal's just like over like the top of the street, like kind of like off the roof then?
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of like with a crescent kind of push with the tear through of the warship dropping down towards the street below.
Just Dex or Reflex?
Reflex.
21.
Nat 20.
Jesus Christ, Liam.
Okay. Sorry, go on.
22.
Just can anyone quickly pull up Beckett's sheet?
Yep.
Yeah, I just don't have the document on hand. Like right now, I'd have to go through my
Fuck. Not good.
infinite files. Not good, but also very dope.
Not cool, Wraith Man. Not cool.
He is cool. He is very cool.
They have a reflex of 7.
Reflex of 7, so that's an 18. No, sorry, that's a 17. So only Alistair passed a DC of 25. Correct.
No, I did not beat the 25.
You had a natural 20, which gives you a plus
I did.
10.
Liam.
Oh, sorry. Mr. Calduin, sorry. I apologize. Calduin. You look above you as you see this crack form as you walk up with this poor civilian, and you watch as a wooden thing just drop towards you, a boat hull of sorts. It crashes down towards you. You, with reflex, dive into your wraith form and roll to the side, almost as a reflex as you roll and return back to your mortal form. Everyone else was not quick enough. You have evasion, correct? Jonathan?
I do not have evasion.
That might just
Okay.
be going.
Yeah, I got evasion.
Orgolan and Peter have evasion, but I do not.
You should have evasion as well since you are a rogue.
First level, I removed. I reworked my character so that I don't have rogue levels anymore.
Oh.
Bro, all these civilians are fucking dead.
I know it's not the case, but all I can think of is like I'm carrying the civilian. I see this beam on me. I turn to a wraith, just dropping him, and I dive out
That's
of the
what
way.
it seems like.
If I had 2 levels in rogue, I probably would have made the save in the first place.
I need to make a concentration check of 10 plus damage taken to keep from losing my spell.
What's the
Is it-
average like NPC health?
Is it
Level
not?
1 commoner,
Yeah, I guess it's probably what they are.
D6 plus con.
So they're all fucking
Fuck.
dead.
Yeah, so everyone who did not make the save is going to take 42 bludgeoning damage.
That's everyone dead.
I'd hope you guys aren't at 42 HP. Because they're level 12.
No, all the civilians are dead.
All the civilians.
Oh, yeah,
are
they're mad
probably
dead. Do you know what's funny? The only civilian who saved was the guy who broke his ankle.
Did he make
And
the? Oh, he made the save.
Calduin dropped him. He dropped to the ground and just rolled. And he rolled an 18. He barely scratched. Everyone else rolled below a 10.
I have a 35 for my concentration check. I lose my spell.
Yeah, you needed what, 52?
Yeah.
So
Oh my
Beckett's at
goodness.
44 health.
How much health does Beckett have? Hold on. I'm gonna pull up her sheet real quick.
Beckett has 86 in total, so they're at 44.
Awesome.
You almost wiped half their health.
It was the boat. I didn't drive the boat.
50, 40.
You couldn't tell
You
by my
said?
expression. You wouldn't be able to tell that I'm enjoying this a lot.
Did he go for robot for anyone else or just me?
Yeah, he went.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not
Oh,
alone.
You
okay.
did.
I caught it all. He just turned robot-y.
Hmm. Yeah, so that was
All
42
right, well,
damage, correct?
it's now 2 damage. Yes, sir.
I did not catch that.
Yeah, try again.
You gain energy from the attack. Oh, sorry. Hello. Check 1 2 1 2.
I think it's the call itself because you keep going robot. It's not your actual mic.
Yeah, it's like an internet issue or something, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an internet issue. On
Hmm.
my screen, it's showing like
Probably
one.
my because I'm trying to do stuff, and so my computer is just probably having a fucking heyday.
Oh, yeah, it could be that.
All right, cool. I have Beckett's sheet up now.
Okay, how much damage was that?
42.
42.
42. Okay.
Uniton, you didn't take any initial damage from the initial blow, but the structural damage from the building sending a couple bricks down, as well as the failure of Alistair's spell, kind of flung of bricks in your direction, dealing you the same damage. I also, in that case,
Yeah,
need
cool.
to roll one more dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Who's making the roll?
Oh my god! Cool.
Did you just that one?
I don't know. Next turn would be
One.
Oben.
So standing on the edge and like seeing this seeing this fucking giant boat crash down on like all his comrades and presumably like hearing the screams of all these civilians, he's just gonna like wide-eyed, like, you know, like can't believe what's going on. He's gonna start like almost hyperventilating for a sec before stealing his nerves as his eyes begin to his eyes already glowing like this arcane yellow grow like a darker shade very similar to Jeshima's as he turns around and just runs towards the goblin.
You sprint dead for the rift's right. You make it within its grasp. What do you do with your action?
So when I attacked it before, obviously it like seemed to like heal its attacks, but like so did it just seem like the magic and like the physical attack had like no effect on it, or like what can I
Roll me
tell
a
from it?
knowledge arcana.
Yeah. Will do, friendo. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
That's gonna be a dirty 20. You can tell that wounds inflict this thing, but your damage did nothing. It didn't heal itself. The attack just meant nothing to him, although the attack did hit.
Right.
With the proper damage,
Okay.
you might be able to deal damage to him.
Can I tell looking at its like arcane nature, does it seem similar to like undead creatures we've seen before?
In the sense of
it being undead?
I think he's trying to
It-
identify the race type.
Is it undead is what I'm asking. Can I tell if it's undead rather?
It is not undead, but it comes from a place of dark abyss where I cannot say for certain, but your hypothesis strikes true in your heart.
Well, because the only other damage type I have is from the cantrip Disrupt Undead, which casts like a holy, or not like a holy, but like light at an undead and does damage to it.
Okay. You feel confident.
Okay. So as I get close to this beast one more time, I'm going to do my best to quell my rage and focus on thoughts of my grandfather and the feeling of using Tyrael's magic. And as I focus on that and begin to calm down, my eyes return to its regular color. And as I hold out my hand, a bright light emits from it and shoots like a beam of positive energy towards the what do you call it?
The wrist
The
sprite. Amazing. So,
so that's
what type of roles will have to take place?
it's ranged touch. Can somebody remind me what I add to like a ranged touch attack, if anything?
Oh, so you have to run. You have to touch the creature.
No, it's
No,
a
it's
ranged touch.
ranged.
You
Oh, it's a
add
ranged touch attack. Okay,
you,
sorry.
you would roll just like a regular ranged attack, but it would go for its touch AC.
Oh, so I add like my attack bonus, or
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
whatever your total ranged attack bonus is.
I don't know how to calculate. How do I get my ranged attack bonus? I just have
Dex plus
So
base
I
attack.
believe that's dexterity.
Oh, Dex plus base attack. Okay.
Dexterity and base attack.
Mhm.
Yes.
So that's going to be 25,
25 will hit.
and then it's gonna be 5 damage.
And I assume this is radiant damage.
It literally just says like a beam of light that affects undead creatures.
Radiant doesn't exist inside of 3.5.
So I guess like kind of
Oh.
radiant, I guess, like the equivalent then.
Okay. Well, we'll call it radiant.
Simplicity is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, like that's just what the spell says, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it says you direct a ray of positive energy. You may take a ranged touch attack to hit, and if the ray hits an undead creature, it deals 1d6 points of damage to it.
I think the reason for that being unnamed or an untyped damage is just so that way it couldn't be absorbed by damage reduction.
Okay, and so magical damage is different than um, elemental damage, correct?
I mean, I
Right?
don't think you can get elemental damage without magic.
Yes, you can. You can walk into a campfire.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, it's just magical damage
But
without.
if something is deemed as magical damage, that's not the same as doing ice damage, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
No, wouldn't elemental be
Okay.
like fire?
Okay.
Or,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the spell, it's just magical
Cool.
damage.
Your beam of light extends from your palm in a glow of the sunrise. The rift sprite looks towards you. It's like a look of shock in its eyes as its bright lapis eyes widen as he away from the light he screeches. It definitely seemed to damage him more than your other attacks did.
Great. My attack
It
that does
weakened
1d6
him,
worse.
although he still remains at strength.
Right.
And that's all you can do with your turn, Tobin?
Yeah, I guess so.
Perfect. Oh. Jonathan, I apologize. Apparently I did have Peter down in my initiative list. I just must have missed him. So it is now Peter's turn.
Okay. That's odd because Peter rolled higher than me in initiative order.
Yeah, I'm the
No,
top of
I see.
initiative.
I see him. The Rift Sprite was 28. Tobin was 26. Peter is
And
24, and you're down at 19.
yeah. Yeah, that's
So
good.
I just must have missed it. My apologies. It is Peter's turn.
Again, Peter is just gonna keep charging forward at this Rift Sprite and try to bite him.
Can Peter roll me an intelligence check?
Yep. Hooray for -3 intelligence rolls. 16.
Peter thinks to himself on how ineffective his attack was. He begins to hesitate on wanting to attack the creature as he realizes that he may have no effect on him. With this realization, does Peter do anything do anything else with his turn, or does he choose to go and attack?
I'm gonna have I'm Peter. Peter's just gonna go to Tobin. Just move over to Tobin and like try to he's gonna try to communicate like with his wing to like tap his back.
Can you roll me a charisma check for Peter?
Yeah. 5.
5.
Tobin, behind you, Peter rushes forward, and instead of attacking the rift sprite, he just kind of he just starts to wave his wing dramatically, and he kind of roars and snarls. You have no idea. He just seems to be directing attention to itself, as far as you could tell.
I'm just gonna be like, Peter, now is not the time. Go see if our friends are okay or something.
Beckett's turn. Actually, before Beckett goes, Tobin, after you have wounded this creature slightly and Peter ran up beside you, the rift sprite vanishes before your eyes
Oh my.
and appears down below the stumbling, now injured Beckett, crawling away from the impact.
Can we see this? Like,
Yep, you can peer down below as it teleports to Beckett. It raises its claw and splashes.
yeah, as this like happened, I'm just gonna yell like, Beckett, watch out! Like, obviously not enough time to actually warn her. Just like be like,
None
no,
of you are
Beckett.
gonna believe me.
Oh God. If you kill Beckett when V's not here, hold on.
Pick the chat if you don't believe me. I just rolled a
That's a
natural
20.
20.
Oh, fuck.
I think our dices are connected today, Wes.
Fuck's sake.
Because I'm pretty sure that's the same color.
The rift sprite slashes down Beckett's chest. You watch as her blood begins to seep out of the wound. Anyone with an arcane eye can see that the wound on Beckett's chest rises with dark power of the Father. A familiar yet dreadful sight appears as a familiar inky sludge exudes from the wound. Slowly begins to take form, coming from her chest and toiling before her. This ooze grows arms as a face emerges. Recognizing the pale face and the long dark hair, Beckett's expression is one of horror as the upper torso of Jeshima, made of dark sludge, stares face to face with her and cackles. Jeshima's face changes from a malefic smile to a blinding rage. You do not forget who drew you from the darkness and made you. I own you. I control you. You belong to me. Her wiry, inky fingers wrap around Beckett's throat. She opens her mouth to scream, but only silence escapes her. Beckett falls to the ground as a sludge form of Jeshima deanimates and the ooze melts over her body. her eyes completely glazed over in darkness as her body twitches and wriggles on the ground. Next up is Yonatan. As you felt the collapse of the room and the entire building around you as stone and brick is thrown at you and you're cast to your feet. You hear the wail of a baby's cry from the second level. They survived the impact. What do you do with your turn?
Just to have it. I'm not in a place where I can actually do it. I don't want to disturb anybody, but big old like fat like screaming no from Tobin, you know, like when he sees like this going on with Beckett.
You're such a meanie, Wes.
I also want it to be known that it happened
I
so
don't get
fast.
treats.
It happened so fast that it wasn't possible, but Tobin literally considered like killing himself there, knowing that he's tied to Jeshima to save Beckett. He just like obviously didn't have the time to like even react before it was over.
Yeah, Jonathan gets momentarily distracted by the rift. By the rift spirit. Slashing down on Beckett, but as soon as he hears the wail.
Wait, who all could actually like see that go down?
Caldwell was right at the triage, so
Yeah.
Everybody except for Yonatan.
Could I not hear the Jeshimas? The Jeshima talking to.
Roll
I mean,
me a listen check.
You probably would have heard me yell.
A lot went on, and you definitely heard Tobin scream no. But give me a listen check just so then if you could hear this conversation. But as much as it was loud to Beckett, I'm not sure with the chaos among it that you would have been able to pick it out.
Sure.
With my eyes still active, I just wanted to know: was this seem like genuinely like Jeshima's magic? Like this isn't just some weird like ooze thing, or?
I'll go along with your natural 20. This all is the magic of the Father himself.
Okay.
That in particular was Jeshima herself.
Okay.
That you could glean clear.
Right. No, yeah, like I wasn't thinking she summoned herself, but like that was her.
That definitely was her. And the listen check from Yonatan.
That is 29.
You heard it.
Yeah, so Jonathan, momentarily thrown off by Tobin screaming and then shouting no, and then Jeshima talking to Beckett. But as he hears the child wailing, he just snaps back into focus and just goes into overdrive, trying to find the source of the noise, trying to listen to locate the noise, the direction that.
Driven by your sense of justice. I don't even require a roll with your long strider and your wild step. You leap over this gap with great strength.
And I'm going to take a run action. So that so a run action is ×3 base movement speed. So I have 100 feet of movement.
You probably won't need it as you leap, and the gap is about 10 feet. You leap.
I know
over 10 feet.
Like I'm trying to like run, like leap up, go to the people in trouble, grab them, and then get as far as I can out of the building.
Okay, so you're just using your entire run action to get up and get out. Okay, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Like get
yeah,
up, grab the people, get out.
yeah,
I'm
you
not. If you
leap.
take like a run action, I'm not sure you can do that because that's like your action.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is my action. If I can get to the people without taking a run action, that would
Yeah,
be
you can get to them with just your movement.
okay. So movement, and then I'm gonna try. Are they trapped underneath rubble?
Yeah, so as you leap your way over the gap in the stairs and you rush around the corner, you watched at you see as one of the rooms completely collapsed in. And you move to the second door where you see almost like a crescent moon shaped floor just hung by threads on the wall. You see a frightened half-elven woman hugging her baby in the corner as she looks at you in horror but in gratitude. She's feeling a lot as she looks to you, tears welling in her eyes. I don't know what to do.
Are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm fine. He's fine. Where's my husband?
Your husband's okay. I got him out, but we need to move and get out of this building into a safe place.
Oh,
Now.
take him. And she hands you a delicate, swaddled, barely 5 months old baby.
I swear by everything in my power, I will keep him safe.
Please. I'd rather his life over mine.
Hey, come on. You're not out of this yet. Come on. We've got to go.
As she begins to stand, you watch as crimson seeps over her white dress as her knee, as much as she told you they were uninjured, is very, very broken. She tries to stand and falls back to her butt and kind of hoists herself just to not fall off the cliff that is the room.
Um, I'm gonna try and help her out.
How so?
I am going to just try and grab her and then hoist her onto my shoulders.
I need a raw strength at disadvantage, as if you don't make this, her knee might buckle and something dire might happen.
Yeah, that's fine. Help as many people as I can, and if I can't, then that's just how she rolls, baby. Okay, 11 on a raw strength check.
As you extend your hand out, your left arm swaddling the baby, and your right arm extending out to help her up. She grabs your arm and begins to stand, and as she tries to stand on her own two legs, her knee buckles.
I got.
As her body tumbles, I need you to roll me a reflex.
I was just gonna try and like get her on my shoulders so that she wouldn't have to walk.
Yeah, that you're already carrying a delicate baby, carrying an injured a grown woman on your shoulders is definitely on a cliff is definitely strength at disadvantage.
Okay.
And
Reflex.
so I need you to as you were trying to get her onto your shoulders, still holding the baby, it's either you save her or the baby. And so you drop her the baby, or you make me a reflex.
Okay. Yeah. Reflex save. 22.
22. At the last second, you grasp her hand as her body falls off. And you just cling with all the strength in your arm and your heart. You hold her hand and her baby in both of your arms as she dangles her feet towards the next floor. Next on the initiative
I've
order.
got you.
Next on the initiative order is Orgolan. Orgolan. You now stand alone on the edge of the roof near the fire escape. Tobin and Peter standing before you as you watched the Shadow Guardian ship crash from the portal down into your friends below, hearing the screams, hearing the wails. What do you do? So you are now left on the rooftop.
I'm going to quickly book it down the stairs and see how far I can go.
So you have 60 feet.
Yeah.
Do you want to use a run action? Like a dash? To make it as far as you can? Because if you just use your movement, you make it to the bottom of the fire escape. But if you use your dash, you can make it all the way to the wreckage. But that's
I'll use
on
a
the
dash.
cost of your action. Yeah, you book your way down, you kind of swinging your arms and not even using the stairs half of the time, but parkouring your way down scaffolding. Your feet hit the cobblestone as you dash forward, seeing the hull of the Shadow Guardian warship now diagonally hanging on one of the other buildings. Crash down. You see the bodies. On your side, you see Alistair, wounded but alive. On the other side, you see a small little gateway that you might be able to squeeze through to get to the other side where you think the rest of your comrades are. But that's your movement and your action to make your way down to Alistair's side. Do you have anything you can do with your bonus?
I
Next on
don't
the initiative
believe
order. Alduin,
I've
you Calduin, you with your senses able to get you out of harm's way, you look towards the civilian you carried out who also survived, and Beckett's wriggling, twitching body.
Could I see the shadow wraith or whatever? Rift thing standing there?
Yeah, the rift sprite is 15 feet away from you.
Okay. Stunned by what had just happened for mere seconds, turns into a boiling rage as I immediately grab the pistol out of my holder. Get away from her! And I fire off a Mortal Bane Eldritch Blast.
All right, so go ahead and roll me your range. Roll me your attack.
That is a 21.
That'll hit.
Okay. 17 points of necrotic damage.
Necrotic damage. You shoot. Where do you aim on the wrist
Just
frame?
straight for its head.
Forehead.
Sure.
You fire your bullet as it makes contact with a. The bullet sinks into him
Oh,
with a
it
ripple,
wasn't an actual
like a
bullet shot. This was
stone.
just. This was actually a bullet shot. This was just a channeled Eldritch Blast through my pistol. So it's just pure energy.
Okay, but let's call it still like a rounded ball of energy. As the ball of energy, uh, connects with his forehead as you watch his skin ripple like water. It kind of reels back for a second, blinks its eyes, and horks up the energy of your spell and spits it out onto the ground as it sizzles the cobblestone below.
Problematic.
We
Very.
now know that the father is apparently a spitter.
That's good. I like that.
Well, that's really all I could do for my turn.
That's all you can do for your turn. Alistair, you are next. As after the impact, you blinking your eyes, looking up to the giraffe form of Yonatan's. Why do I keep wanting to say Yonatan? Fuck you, Yonatan. Or Golan standing above you.
For the entire time, Alistair's back was to the ship. From his perspective, he was he was carrying through his spell perfectly fine. Until suddenly there was a massive sharp pain in his side as brickwork and wooden beams punched through his breastplate and just collapsing it inward. Simultaneously, his ears ring as the sound of broken glass seems to echo through his mind as he lost the spell. And upwards, all he can see is Yonatan holding something in one arm, a woman dangling down from the other,
No, Orgolan. It's Orgolan, not
or,
Yonatan.
or Golan, rather,
Yeah, no, that was my mistake. I kept wanting to say Yonatan when I meant Orgolan.
with the meager amount of arcane energy that he has left available to him. He carves out with his right hand onto the ground below, describing wall of stone to form a slide down beneath the woman.
No, sorry. I guess I have misspoken. So you awake after being damaged from the boat with Orgolan standing beside you. Yonatan is deep within the residential district dealing with the woman, but you are on the streets below after with the effects of the fallen boat
Oh, I thought that I was
dividing the
ending.
street.
I thought I was mending the building that
You were outside mending the building. You had not made your way inside,
but
as
I,
far as I understood.
I was under the impression that I could see Yonatan holding the woman from the collapsed facade of what was of the building. That
No,
It
sorry,
we
no,
have
that
a
was
boat. We have a massive fuck off boat.
yeah. There's a massive boat blocking your vision between you and the rest of the damage unfolding, except for the boat itself. Now crashed into the residential building. Inside the collapsed building is Yonatan with the woman, but that's too far away for you to see with too much rubble in the way. Before you, what would have been Beckett's triage and Calduin carrying in the injured civilian before the boat crashed down. But you were too focused because you were on, as far as I understood, on the outside of the wall, scribing the wall with your spell and holding that that concentration.
I guess I just turn over to Orgolan. Ah, hey, buddy. I'm wet. And looks over and sees his hand covered in blood. Oh, that's not great.
Nope. Definitely not. Back at. I yell as I assume she's on the other side of the ship to where we are.
Yeah, as you actually, yeah, you and Alistair and Yonatan would have not seen what happened to Beckett, but everyone else had. The boat crashed in between you and your vision. Fair enough. Would do you do anything with your turn as you stir awake and pronounce that you feel wet?
There's probably bloody all that he's really going to be able to do from just the reaction of a boat landed inside of the middle of this city.
Fair enough. So that's all you do with your turn.
What size category would you give this boat? Like, you know those D&D size categories, right?
I would say its hull is about 20 feet wide and 80
No,
feet
I'm
long.
asking for size category. Like large, gargantua, huge, like category.
I'm not good at math.
Well, think of it in
What
terms of like,
connotates as gargantuan?
I don't know.
Like,
What are some
I
gargantuan?
described it as a warship.
Yeah. What
If
creatures are that big? Because usually that goes for creatures, but it's
it's, I think I'm not sure if this applies to 3.5e, but in 5e, 80 feet, an 80-foot tall object that's 20 feet wide would be classified as huge. I'm not sure if that's the case for 3.5 though.
okay. Hold on.
Yeah, it'd be
So
gargantuan
huge.
because 20 feet is
Okay.
gargantuan.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
it'd be gargantuan.
Okay. I just had to know.
It's like if the Black Pearl was summoned out of a fucking rift and was dropped into the streets of Galt.
No, I know. I wanted to make sure of the size category because to make sure I couldn't have like Featherfalled it because if I didn't realize how Featherfall works is like certain amount of creatures per level and that like scales up to let you be able to lift bigger and bigger or like slow bigger and bigger things.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, size
All right.
category
Well, good for
wise,
checking that.
gargantuan would be 64 feet long, from foot to tip.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Anything bigger than
basically
that is colossal.
Calduin, On the ground, you, writhing in pain, watch this civilian crawl out. Once his ankle injured, now his entire legs seem to be like a puzzle dismembered. As he crawls on his arms, blood trailing behind him. See wailing and cursing beyond something that I would mention here. He crawls maybe about 10 feet. The Rift Sprite then cocks his head. You are still in your mortal form, right, Calduin?
Yes.
Are you standing?
I'm in whatever position I was when I dodged out of the way. Because all I did was, as soon as I dodged out of the way and then saw the action, I just took out my revolver and fired.
So I'll say you're on your knee.
Okay.
As it looks towards you with its bright blue eyes. Shift morphs and appears in front of you. It's going to slash down towards your chest. Does an 18 hit?
No.
No. So how do you dodge out of the way of his foot-long claws slashing downwards towards you?
Keep in mind, Calduin's mad right now.
Um. I would just roll, just full force roll out of the way as hard as I could, or as fast as I could.
You roll your ways out of the way of his strike. Tobin, it's your turn.
Okay. So just vertical wise. Like I don't need like how far down and like, like down and like just vertical. How far is the creature right now? Because
The
I'm on
Rift
the edge of the
Sprite
building.
is 15-foot vertical.
I am going.
Sorry, 15 feet horizontal, and the building is 60 feet.
Okay, I just wanted the horizontal. So 15 feet. Let's see, how can I do this? Yeah, okay. So what I'm gonna do is, seeing it now have moved over to Calduin and threatening all my people, I'm going to, with my like magic boot, run that 15 feet, and then from right above it, you said, sorry, so you said I'm 60 feet above it, or like 60 feet
60 feet
diagonal?
above it. 60 feet above it.
Okay. Let's see here. I gotta check the range of this. Can I cast a spell while free falling if it doesn't like require concentration?
As long as it's instantaneous.
Why? No, I'm not like hold on. Like a regular spell.
What's the casting time of this?
Like an action.
One action, one standard action, one.
A standard action.
Okay. So that would take place for your attack. So depending on the length of the fall, you could only fall about 60 feet inside of your first round. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm still think you'd be able to cast a spell.
You know what? I'm just gonna do this because since feather falling's instantaneous, it's not going to take my spell because I can literally cast it when it's not my turn. I am going to turn off my boots when I'm directly above it. And then as I fall, when I'm right in front of its face, I'm going to let off another blast of light, like right at its face. Well, and then uh just let me flavor this. Essentially what is happening is like I'm getting there, I'm casting feathers fall, and then I'm like doing my spell, right? But so I just kind of come in out of nowhere, and then right at its face I blow another. I'm gonna try and blow another thing of like that light energy at it, kind
Yeah,
of like also
do it.
getting in between it and Calduin. That's going to be a as let's see, that's going to be a 25 again. And
Dude, roll double damage.
come on, baby. Stay on the fuck. Where'd it go? Oh god, that one's gone. Let's try this one. Oh, cool. 6. So 6 damage right to its face as I'm like kind of like free fall. I just end up like in front of its face, and then like you just see this thing like blur in front of it, and then like as it's in front of its face, it slows down, and another blast of light hits it in the face.
As Tobin blasts this light as he's free falling and casting this featherfall, you watch him superhero land with his sword plunged into the cobblestone below as he lands on his knees. A ring of pure ice shoots from his blade, surrounding his fall. As Tobin looks up with a familiar eagerness, but a flaming anger never seen before. His eyes gleam silver, like his mother's, but with his own golden shine. As he lands without damage, dealing the restraint little more damage. He lands on the street below. Peter is up next.
Yeah. So Peter's seeing, looking over the building, seeing Beckett hurt. He is just going to start angrily flapping his wings, and is just going to straight dive bomb. Just dive bomb and claw this rift sprite.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an attack.
Could I try to? I don't know if this is possible with Rift Sprite, but could Peter possibly grapple this thing?
You got to try to find out.
Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you. So go ahead and roll me an attack.
Mhm.
If the attack connects, you can either decide to roll damage or grapple it.
Okay.
And then it would be an opposed grapple check.
Okay. That is a. That's a 15 to hit.
15 to hit. As Peter goes at pause, he like a mighty eagle with the power and vigor of a mighty lion. It charges down, its claws extended towards the rift sprite. that attempts to grapple in. The Rift Sprite simply sidesteps the attack as Peter grapples into the ground and tumbles. As it's going to use one of its legendary actions to attack Tobin. Yeah, that hits.
What's
your
the
AC?
what's the roll?
What's your AC?
28.
Look at that. Dirty 30.
Okay.
As it slashes down your chest.
Yeah, as it goes to slash at me again without batting an eye, the wings are gonna come out again and immediately bat it away. Tobin not even blinking at it, like still like staring at it with this intense anger.
You can use that again?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a second level spell. I have like 6 slots.
Shit. As it goes to slice you, almost as its fingertip grazes upon your chest, ripping through your armor as it were nothing. The wings once again purge out of your back and bat his attack away. As it looks at you furiously. But as his eyes look in malice, his smile is almost gleeful. If I can't attack you, I shall kill your friends! What's going on? Beckett continues to twitch and wriggle on the cobblestone floor. Her face screaming, like as it were screaming. But nothing escapes her as her pained face. Only a raspy breath escapes. Jonathan, that's you. As you hoisting this poor lady, her baby in her arms over the cliff face that is the room. And she cries out in horror. Ah, my shoulder, please. You're muted.
I keep doing that.
That's all good. I do too.
Yeah, I'm going to assess the condition of her shoulder with just a look. Because,
Go ahead and roll me a heal check.
because, obviously I can't like thoroughly examine it right now.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a heal.
22.
Can we do a quick break
22.
after this round?
Yeah. Her shoulder is fine. Strained as it is. You're not worried about her shoulder. You have the debate in your mind whether you pull her up back towards the edge of the room where you stand, or you could try and risk and drop her and maybe injure her leg even further. But
How high up are we compared to the floor below?
we're only about 6 feet above the floor. But with her broken leg and the rubble below, you cannot trust that you can drop her without injuring her. But pulling her up would require great strength. And with the uneasiness of the floor as well as your incapacitation with holding the child.
I'm in a tough spot.
Yep.
And both my hands are doing something, so I can't cast any spells right now. That requires some
Yes.
components.
Yes.
I'm gonna try and pull her up.
Can you roll me a raw strength at disadvantage?
I can definitely do that for you, compadre. Holy shit. What a roll. 18 and a 17, so that's a dirty 20.
You, with strength and warmth of Varus in your heart, you hoist her up, straining your arm and her shoulder, but managing to regain balance back on the ledge above on the second floor. That required your action.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. So am I stabilized but still but she's still dangling over the...
No, she and you now both lie on the crest of the second floor. You managed to bring her back up to the same level as you.
Okay. Yeah. And then yeah, I'm just gonna end my turn. I can't really do anything else. So that's gonna so I can't see anyone, I can only hear. Yeah, I can't do anything else. That's it.
All right. And we'll be moving on to Orgolan's turn in just a moment. After a brief break. We'll see you soon. Orgolan. You with a bloodied Alistair at your feet, staring at the massive hull of the Shadow Guardian warship, and that now lay in between you and your party. What do you do with your turn?
Is Alistair prone or no? Was he like knocked over during the blast or no?
I'll say, yeah, he was knocked over.
All right, so I'm gonna reach my hand out to help him up, and then I'm going to run and climb on the warship to try and get on the deck.
So there is you can either, if you want to climb out of the warship, you absolutely can, but there is a gap in between the edge of the warship and the wall to be able to slip through to the other side if you wanted to remain on the streets. But if you wanted to go up the warship, you absolutely can.
Yeah, I wanted to go up top.
Yeah, roll me a climb check.
Go, spider monkey.
That's a 27.
Yeah, as you gracefully glide yourselves up the edges that to most would just seem as a boat hull, but to those trained, footholds for monks. As you climb your way up over the hull, takes about 20 feet of your movement.
All right. I'm going to look around to see if there's anyone on the deck still, like knocked out or.
Roll me a history check.
Probably
If you
intelligence.
don't have proficiency in history, it'd just be raw intelligence.
That's a 21.
Nice.
Yeah, so you remembering back to your time training in Fort Obelisk, the Shadow Guardian warships were merely relics of your time, as you remember back to your readings. As the last time the Drow had used their warships was before the oceans froze over. So, in your time there, they lay as monuments to age-old past. So,
Is there nobody on?
no souls upon this warship. As
Okay.
I would say, you look upon the wood, and it is ancient, preserved through the ice of the tundra of the Shadow Guard.
We bet say Jotunheim. I heard yo.
Yo. So no souls lay upon this ship.
Them. Okay.
Um, you know what? If you would like, do you have access to Knowledge Arcana?
I do.
Where'd you get that?
My racial. I'm pretty sure it's a ability that I get for Red Avenger, I believe.
Oh,
I get
Um,
knowledge arc.
so could you give me a Knowledge Arcana and a concentration check?
Alright. Alright, so the Arcana is a 12. And concentration is a 16.
Roll that Arcana at advantage.
one more.
Alright, so that's a 14.
Do you make your way onto the deck and you look about you for souls? You close your eyes and focus in on your ancestry. As you try to reach out, you hear a gleam of chimes, very familiar to the singing caverns. As your crown shines the magenta light. As you begin to see glimpses of shadows around you, they unfortunately fade as they do not answer your call.
Damn, bro was about to get his fucking shadow army. The power of the
I was
crowd.
to get my I was about to get my shadow guards.
Shut up. That was too good.
Devil Bowl. You can't be funnier than me.
Calduin, that's you.
Late.
Seeing how this creature before me reacted to the light coming from Tobin's hand, I give a little smirk and look it dead in the eyes. So you don't like light, as my body begins to glow, and now everyone in the area has 30-foot area has to roll a fortitude. Actually, I wink at Tobin, and
Oh no.
um, and to signify that as my body glows, that I'm going to use my ability that allows me to brighten to a large amount.
I feel like I could interpret that and close my eyes.
And they have to roll a fortitude to not become dazzled.
What is the save on that?
16.
So
Uh,
wait, so
They
should I roll
need.
2 or like what's up?
I'll say it signifies to you that you can roll at advantage on a
All right.
fortitude.
Um,
If
I'm
you
pretty
can
sure I passed that.
momentarily blink your eyes shut.
That also means
I
Peter
have, dude. I
So
need to
a
roll a 2
16.
anyways. Yeah, I pass. I have 14 fortitude.
I need. It's a 4 and below on a save,
Oh fuck.
fuck.
and on a natural 3 on the die, the wrist sprite is dazzled.
Okay, so it takes a
So
Peter
minus
rolled
1
a
to attack
natural
rolls.
1.
It takes a minus 1 to attack rolls, skill checks, and there's one other thing. Give me a second.
and if you're feeling real nice because it's some sort of light, even though it's not a damaging spell, maybe you could like hook a couple homies up.
Oh, sorry. Attack rolls, search, and spell checks is why it has a minus 1 to.
Okay, awesome. And just roll me 1d6 of magical damage.
Noise.
2.
I think we're at a grand total of like 13 damage now.
You are. As the streets brighten with the glow of the rising suns, Calduin begins to glow. Tobin, I assume you passed?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And Peter, rolling a natural 1, also dazzled and frightened by the light. The rift sprite reels back in great pain as it covers its eyes and is now left in a moment of vulnerability. Is that all you do with your turn?
I also stand up. Quick question. It doesn't mention crouching anywhere. Does crouching class as prone?
I don't think so.
No, you can just stand up.
Okay. So yeah, I'll stand up and ready. I'll
Oh yeah, because that's like an ability.
I toss my weapon to my gun to the side and ready my sword. Also, I should
Right.
mention that
Alistair.
I'm after the flash. I'm still glowing, but it's only bright light out to 60 feet, and then shadowy illumination up to 120.
Cool.
Okay. Alistair, you're up.
Morgolan, don't leave me out of the light show. I want to be part of this party. As I continue to stumble towards the direction of the hole between the boat and the building.
Awesome. Do you remain prone?
No, our Golan picked him up.
Oh, Orlin picked him up. Awesome. So
Yeah.
you make, I'd say 30 feet is enough to make it to the hole. Do you want to crawl through the hole?
Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and use my standard action for trying to crawl through the hole.
Awesome. Give me. I don't know what to give me. Give me something.
Tumble check?
Sure.
19.
Nice.
You stumble your way towards the hole, and as you squeeze your frame through, you just manage to squeak through as you crawl through to the other side. As you see the whole of your movement and your action as you look upon the chaos unfolding on the other street of the Rift Sprite, Tobin, Peter, the Rift Sprite and Peter dazzled Tobin, shielding his eyes, and the brightly shining Calduin.
This is that Daniel Glover moment from Community where everything is on fire.
I love Community.
Well, that would have been all my actions.
Wait, are you talking about during the episode with all like the timelines?
The one where he drops the pizzas because everything is on fire.
Yeah, that's the timeline episode where they go through like all the different timelines based on who gets the pizza. Whose turn is it?
The Rift Sprite looks about it, studying each and every one of you, studying your weaknesses. On a heal check, that's fucking incredible. On a heal check of 20, what HP is Calduin and Alistair at right now?
27.
73.
It looks towards the bleeding form of Alistair. It studies the stoic form of Tobin and looks towards the glowing form now. Adjusted to the light, it blinks and stares at Calduin. It blinks forward and slashes towards his chest.
Sorry, this is Calduin's chest right now? He's slashing?
Yes, with a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Sorry, buddy, my wings of cover don't work for allies yet. I'm curious to see how much damage it can do. I've blocked all of it.
That will be 10 slashing damage. 5 necrotic damage.
Negative energy.
And I need you to roll me a will save.
Uh-oh.
That is a 25 for will.
Nice.
You feel your chest beginning to well up as something feels like it wants to push out of your skin. You withhold it in, and you, with a deep breath, the pain passes. As the rift is not torn in your chest.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Tobin, you're up.
Yup. So this time I'm gonna cast the disrupt undead spell, which is the light one I've been using, into my sword, and then attempt to plunge it into the creature. Well, before I like actually go on with it,
Yeah.
let's see if I can hit it. That's gonna be a What the hell is that? A 28 to hit.
That will hit.
And I will So as I see this thing slash its claws at Calduin, seeing that he was able to seemingly avoid the same fate as Beckett with the fucking rift popping out of her chest, I am going to attempt to stab it like through the side, like plunge the blade into it like through its side, and like still hold the blade but leave my blade like impaled in it. Let me roll some damage here. So that's gonna be 13 slashing damage, 6 ice damage, and 2 light damage.
All right.
And as I plunge the blade into its sword, obviously like it slashes into it. You see ice around like the little bit of the wound for a second, and then kind of like a blast of light go up like in its chest. Not a very bright one, albeit, but blast of light nonetheless. And I'm gonna just stand there with the blade impaled in it.
It is stabbed seemingly ineffectively as you watch the ice grow and the light shine within the wound as it screeches as you leave the wound in. It's the damage seems to fade, although it did hurt him. You already feel an odd tug at your blade as the cells beneath begins to mend the mortal wound. Peter is up next.
Yeah, Peter. Is it like I don't know if there's a frightened condition in 3.5.
I don't think he actually meant frightened. I don't believe the dazzled frightens. I think it just meant that it scared Peter.
Yeah,
Mm.
it scared him,
He didn't mean
and
it
now
literally.
he's dazzled. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Peter just trying to fight through this blinding light that Calduin is. He's just gonna try to push through and keep that try to keep that wound open, or just like rip up more area so that the light can like shine more, so that there's like more light on the outward presence, I guess.
Sure, go ahead and roll me an attack.
And he hasn't moved, so this is going to be a full attack action.
Yeah.
Okay, so the bite is first, and then it'll be the 2 claws after that. So that would be 12, 7, and then 1. Oh, that was cocked. That is a 22 on the bite to hit. Uh, 12 won't hit. And then a 3. Fantastic. So 22, 12, and 3.
Yeah, as the first claw does tear into the wound and tries to drive it open, as the other two attacks try to land, it gracefully dodges out of the way, still as if unaffected
Man, it's impressive, gracefully dodging with a sword in its chest.
Mm-hmm.
In at the final moment of the bite, it teleports away again.
Fuck.
Only a few feet, standing now behind Calduin.
Peter is I does a full attack action take movement?
Yeah.
Or
Wait, so how many feet? No, because I guess it doesn't like. No, not
do we
even
get attacks of opportunity for it leaving our threat range?
not with a teleport.
No.
Okay.
You could
Yeah,
have tried to walk around Calduin, sure.
that's gonna be Peter's turn then.
All right. Jonathan, you've hoisted the woman up onto the ledge within the collapsing building. You feel a rumble beneath you. So you feel the structure beginning to fail.
Um, I am going to cast a spell for my standard action. I am going to cast Cure Serious Wounds on myself. 3d8 points of damage plus 11. Fantastic. Great. So that's 17. I heal myself for 17 points of damage, which gets me up to 69 health. Nice.
Nice.
And then I'm just going to just bracing for the structure to collapse. I am going to lay down on the ground with the woman and the child on top so that I cushion their fall if the structure fails. What my plan
If
would
you wanted to, you might be able to escape narrowly before the structure fails. If you did want to use your turn differently, because you feel it begin to weaken, but you might have a glimmer of chance to make it out, as long as you
well,
make the right choices.
well, the only problem is that if I'm on the bottom floor, if I'm on a lower floor and then the structure collapses, that's going to be literally every single floor coming on top of a.
Yeah,
You're
so you
on the
think you're
second
better
floor.
off laying on the ground?
Yeah, sure. I'll try to move both the woman and the child, like have the woman holding the child again, and then holding the woman in my arms if I can. I don't know if I could do the serious. I'd have to do it at a lower level then, because if you want to make that an action, I can just cast a lower level healing spell for a bonus act for a swift action.
So, what
Well, you
I'll
already did
say
that.
is you're able to cast your spell. You can attempt to lift the woman and the child
Mm-hmm.
and if you pass the strength check and move at half speed,
Yeah.
you might be able to carry them.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that then. I'm gonna not cast a spell, do my dash, and then do the strength check.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a strength check.
Yeah, so I was at 94, 52. Yeah, okay. Strength check. Where's D20 at? There they are. All right, buddy. Please. 21.
Yeah, you hand the baby off to the woman. She cradles him, and you sweep her off her feet. You prepare to dash. I'm going to need
Run.
I need a jump check from you.
So that's 100 feet of movement.
Yeah. The only predicament so far in your way is the gap between the stairs, where I'll need a jump check from you to make sure all 3 companions survive.
And if I don't have any training in jump, would it be dexterity?
It would probably just be dexterity, yes.
I
But
have
with your
to-
long strider,
Mhm.
I will give you your spellcasting level as a bonus modifier.
Okay, so spellcasting modifier plus dex
Plus d20.
plus d20. I don't spellcasting. Fine. Yeah, I don't have it on the sheet.
What?
Well, what's your
I-
what's your druid spell? What's your druid
Oh,
level?
my druid's level for spellcasting is 11.
11 plus what's your dexterity?
11 plus 5 for dexterity mod.
So that's plus 15 and a d20.
11 plus 5 is 16.
My bad. I must have just. I was like, oh yeah, 10. Yeah, my bad. 16. So yeah, d20 plus 16.
21.
Oh yeah, easily enough. You leap gracefully over the gap. The woman and her child held between in your arms and in hers. As you leap down the stairs, with all your movement, you gracefully, with your half elven traits, trot up the boulders without hindrance out towards the wreckage of the streets, with the boat overhead, the wrist sprite engaging Peter, Tobin, and Calduin. Alistair injured by near close to you, about 5 feet away from you.
You see his butt because he's crawled under a hole in the boat. But you recognize that part.
As we are going to pick up next week, where the Ad I
No
Know will
way.
conclude
We got 20
this story, as the Ad I Know will conclude this chronicle of conundrum.
Duration.
Yeah.
Or you could say alliteration.
Ouch.
Ouch. Give me a womp womp.
That's for you, Wes. Poopy fart.
Love it. As I don't think it be necessary that we do inspiration points this session.
I don't think
it
anyone
might
used
help
any
us
of
in the future.
You know what? I will allow. Alright. Inspiration points. Owen, you can start. Actually, who got the ones last week?
Chris and I.
I was one of them.
Alright. Alistair and Calduin separated. Who do you think gets one?
I'm gonna say Tobin.
Tobeans. Alright, Tobin, what do you say?
What happened to Alistair and Calvin? um, it's a great question. Let's see. I'll give it to Yonatan because in the midst of all this death, at least he's saving this woman and her child.
Hmm. What do you think, Nate? Who do you think gets the inspiration point?
I think Tobin and his kick-ass levels of badassery get the inspiration point this week.
Ooh. Ooh. Chris, what do you think?
I'm a sucker for Yonatan's rescue story.
Gotta say.
And the man, the myth, the Liam, what do you say?
I gotta give it to Tobin for keeping up with the shadow sprite.
Yeah. Tobin, you're gonna get the inspiration point this session.
Woo! Thank you. Love you guys.
Woo! And with that, with the moon overhead and darkness spreading throughout the streets of Eastern
Except for
Arist,
Calduin.
except for Calduin, who's a fucking light bulb.
Hopefully he's got some bright ideas.
Hopefully catch us next week as we may see those bright ideas.
Take it away, Nate.
Have a great time.
Yeah.
Peace.